Hi, I'm Lisa Bonise, and this is Mind Yourself. Welcome to part 2 of my conversation with Kundalini expert, Raja Choudhury. Our topic today is Abracadabra and other magical words. Raja Choudhury is one of the Shift Network's favorite instructors with his courses on Kundalini awakening and opening your third eye. Raja has comparatively explored most of the great wisdom traditions of the world and has experienced many teachings and transformative methodologies firsthand. He now wants to share this magical adventure and discoveries with everyone. If you recall, last week we discussed what is a mantra and how does the construction of a mantra change its magical properties. We also talked about how sound can trigger the energy centers in your body to affect positive changes. And we discussed how gossip can snowball into a curse and how the world is cursing itself. If you missed part 1, you can find a link to it below. Today, we'll discuss the difference between karma and the golden rule, the metaphysics of sound, and Raja will also offer 3 magical words that'll change your life. So, let's go ahead and get started. Raja, my first question for you today is about the golden rule. One of my favorite things to think about with karma is that, again, some people might not understand the word itself, but in essence, it's the golden rule, which every religion has. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. And that doesn't mean you better be good and you better be nice. It means do unto others because it will be done unto you. And every religion that I know of has their own version of this sentiment. And that, in essence, is karma.
Yes, and in a way you're right. But the problem with the golden rule for me is that it still involves you doing something. And the problem with doing anything is that it has karma. So the issue for you is, look, I might be a sadomasochist and I like being beaten with a whip. Now that means that I want somebody to beat me. That doesn't mean it's good karma for me, but that's what I want. So if you apply the principle of do unto others as you would have done to yourself, or turn the other cheek, those are passive, detached positions. They require you to be a higher consciousness being. Most people aren't at that higher consciousness level to even imagine what it means like to be kind to somebody, to be compassionate. So you got to train them in compassion. You got to beat it into them somewhere. You know? So the tantric system, the Indian system says, nah, do nothing. And if you have to do something, be kind. And if you can't be kind, walk away. You know? Because at the end of the day, that whatever you do is going to have consequences. Mm-hmm. Right? So how does a conscious person intervene in the world? You're seeing the environment go to dogs. You're seeing people hating each other. You're walking down the street and people are cursing each other. There's families are divided in political lines now. How do you act in that, right? So on the one hand, you go up to them and say, let's do the golden rule, guys. You know, let's do unto others. What does that mean? You know, that means that a right-wing fundamentalist who believes that the world should be like this believes one kind of golden rule. Mm-hmm. And somebody in the left is believing another golden rule of compassion and kindness and openness and tolerance and progressive thinking. Now, they both believe that their polarity is the right one, right? Mm-hmm. But karma free says no. The true yogi or the true observer is one who sees both of those two things as the same thing. They are the dance of just words and sounds coming out of your stupid mouth doing all the stuff. Right? Yada, 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 yada. Now that's the problem, is that we yada too much.
Okay, I can buy that.
So golden rule, I say F it. I say observe where my next words are going to come from. That means, where is it coming from? Is it coming from my ego and my hatred? Is it coming from a higher place of consciousness where I'm universal being and you're all blessed and I am the higher one? Or is it coming from compassion and kindness of everybody's point of view? Or is it coming from acting against injustice in the world and stopping it because it'll hurt somebody else, right? So the person who acts and thinks in the world is only responsible for their own thoughts and their own actions, right? Now, there's a great philosophy called Stoicism. I don't know if you know anything about it, but Stoicism is a very good philosophy, and it's very popular now because of the kind of behavioral therapy work that's going on in psychology. It's used in behavioral therapy. And Stoicism says that the world is unjust, unkind, it's falling apart. It is. But I, participating in this world, I'm going to try and do good. I'm going to try and do good. But I accept that things are effed up, that is not a good world. I accept it, right? But we can get a little bit better, little bit better, little bit better, little bit better. And if I can leave the world a little bit better than I found it, right, then I've done a good job, and that's good karma. Then the tantric goes even a step further and says, well, by me doing one good thing, I've changed the whole world. So let's do good, right?
Right, yeah. I'm on board with that. Let's get back to the metaphysics of sound then. How do the sounds that we utter actually create?
So let's look at the human body, right? Where does the next word, where do the next words I utter come from? So, just think of all the conversations you have. And sometimes you're talking to somebody and you've already had the conversation in your head, you're ready to jump in and cut them off and tell them what you're thinking, and you're kind of already dealing from the top of your head, right? You've kind of done it. Sometimes you're listening to somebody and you can feel their suffering, so your heart opens, so you speak to them from your heart, right? You're kind and compassionate and gentle. Sometimes you're meeting somebody and you have sexual desire and you want to exude that energy from your sexuality towards them and wrap them up and give them blissful feelings for you. Every time we are talking, we are acting from some part of our body in a way, right? So the secret is we have two chances to decide how to engage. In-breath and out-breath. That's it. On the in-breath, I come alive, and on the out-breath, I die into the universe. It's like a in, alive, out, death. In, life, out, death. So we say that there are 21,500 chances for you to get it right in a day, right?
That's a lot.
That's a lot of chances you're getting, So what do? You breathe first, observe the breath, and then you open that stupid mouth of yours, So the key is, where is that word coming from? So for example, I'll give you an example. You are with your mother, let's say, and she knows how to get those nerve endings in your stomach and stab it and get you, right? Or somebody like that you know in your family. They know how to get you every time. So when they get you, it hits you normally in the stomach. Boom. You get knotted, you start crowing like this. You want to go curl up into a baby position and fetus position and disappear. You want to vanish. You want to, you just want to cringe and go. So when you open your mouth, where is the mantra coming from? It's coming from your stomach pain, right? It's coming from the ulcer in your stomach. It's not coming from your heart. It's not going, this person is suffering. That's why she's talking like an idiot. I get it. You know, I want to be kind, but I also want to slap her and kill her right now. But I do, I do want to hurt her really badly, but I can't because she's my mother and so because we don't listen to our breath and our body, words have all kinds of power. Other words coming at us and words we say to other people, you know. So the key to magical words is 3-step process. Take a deep breath. Observe your body. Where are you reacting from? Maybe you just shut up for a while, you know. And when you take that deep breath in, a very weird consciousness comes in. It's kind of like your out-of-body experience watching yourself breathing. It's kind of like you start floating out of yourself and saying, oh, look at that. Your stomach's knotted up. Your ass is tight. You're getting horny. You're getting hungry when you think about this. You're doing this. You're doing that, right? You're observing that. And when you kind of out-of-body detached watching yourself doing this, guess what happens? You become that triangle. You become closer to the concept of God in a way. You're at this observer, this third point, which is not attached to either side, not attached to either reaction, watching this whole game go on. So if you see the triangle, then the triangle observer says, I am going to utter kind words, or I'm just going to sit in silence while this person goes on, you know, and empathize with them. You know, I meet a lot of people who are dying or suffering of cancer in my work. And the key to being with somebody like that is to just listen to them. They don't want your pity. They don't want your, advice. They don't want your everything is going to be all right bullshit. They don't want all that. They just want somebody to sit there and go, so what did you do in your 20s? Let's just talk about something else. Let's talk about you. Did you like tango? Were you a disco king? What did you do? And you'd be amazed how that form of listening and acting changes the healing process. Changes. Now, in a way, that was a mantra, right? Mm-hmm. Because all of us have the power of observation. We walk in somewhere, we can see that person's life. We can see what they love, what they didn't like, what they thought about, you can get a sense, right? So if you're really empathic about something, you're tuning into that person's emotional state by detaching your own responsive nature, Now that means that the next word that then comes out of my mouth, if it is stop, don't hurt that person, or a karate chop to stop somebody from being abusive and violent, or an embrace for somebody who's weeping, or healing to somebody who's dying, we can only do that if we observe it from that place of detachment and nothingness.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, then let's, because we're toward the end of our time together, let's talk about some specific mantras or magic words. First, let's talk about Om, which is, from my understanding, the original sound, the original. In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was Om.
Logos. Yep. And think about it this way. Remember we talked at the beginning about how the sound universe was created through sound energy, right? So the Indian system, and you see it in Judaism as well, and other, all the religions always use the word ah and oo and to describe some way this creation of the universe, And when they were experimenting with sound, they discovered that the sound Om which is not Om actually. It's three parts. It's A, U, right? A is the sound from the back of the throat of coming into being. That means the universe is born. Big Bang. Bang. O is the creation of all the galaxies and the stars, and everything comes into being. Ooh. And it starts all dissolving into nothing, right? And at the end, you don't have just you have silence that follows it. That means before a universe can begin again, there's dissolution and then nothing. Then a rebirth occurs. Aum. And what we see with Om is that it affects three parts of our body, which also increases deep relaxation in us. The A sound relaxes the reptilian brain, the stomach, the trauma in your stomach. The U sound opens your heart to compassion and kindness and love. And the sound vibrating in the nose and the head opens your third eye and lifts you up to consciousness and that detached consciousness, you know. So when you think about it, you're not only going Aum, but you're going from monkey brain, reptilian brain, to limbic brain, to higher brain, you know. Om. And what happens there is that you start to feel that you're resonating with the source of everything that created the universe. And you're somehow coming into a weird alignment. So if you did no other mantra, just chanting Om in the way I've taught you, which is Aum, and keeping silent for a while at the end of it, and then breathing in to your stomach, Aum. Just that alone will bring you into alignment. And you will find yourself getting well. You'll find yourself being able to control your anger, control your words. You become the observer. That's the magic of the Om sound. Mm-hmm. Then there are hundreds and hundreds of combination sounds that we can create to make magic happen. And that for another class.
Okay, so Om
sign up for my course.
That's right. So Om sort of brings you to this still point, and that would be your jumping off point. So I know you said it's for another class, but let's give 3, if you don't mind. Like, what would be a good mantra for healing the body? Another thing people are worried about is finances. And maybe another one, maybe even just Shreem. So maybe explain a little bit more about.
Well, okay. So I'm going to introduce an interesting concept here. That when I breathe in, right, I am breathing in a kind of universal energy into me, right? I'm not just breathing in air, I'm bringing in energy, right? That sound, they say, is the ha sound. Ha. You know, you go like that, like, and then when you let it out, it's kind of like a sa sound. Sa. And you're dissolving back into the everything you came from, right? So when you do hum, ha, and sa, you're creating inner power with the ha sound and dissolving to energy to the universe to say, help me, with the sa sound. So the sa sounds all ask for help from the grace of the Divine Mother, of God, of angels. Come to me with the sa sound. And ha says, give me strength, give me willpower, give me power, let me come alive, right? Now, so if I say ha, or hum, or hreem, I am bringing in power into me, all right? Hum, hreem, ha. Just ha, right? Brings in power into me. Normally, the most powerful mantra is hum and sa. Hum, sa. I bring in power with hum, and I let go with sa. Back to the universe. So I have no control really. I'm in the hand of the universe, but I have some control over my body, so I bring hum in, right? Now, then I add a little complexity to it, and I said, all right, If I brought in Hreem and Shreem, I can attract energy and power with Hreem and heal myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I can attract grace and abundance and beauty and money and prosperity with Shreem, right? Because I'm letting go of all my control, my ego, my everything. And I'm saying, I can't handle this. I have no control. I hand it all over to you. You know, whoever that you is. You can call it God, higher power, consciousness, whatever you want to call it. So when I say Shreem, I'm asking for bloody help from the universe. Like, please help me, you know? But in a nice way. So I say Shreem, Shreem, Shreem. And I feel grace and beauty and golden energy and money and life coming towards me. If I say Hreem, it's like something's coming in from the top of my head, exploding in me and giving me power. So I can heal myself. So I can bring it into my third eye and go, ha, and then send it anywhere to heal. Hreem, to anywhere I want to heal. Hreem, Hreem, Hreem. And if I did 3, Om, Hreem, Shreem, I get all 3. Ha being the masculine, Sha being the feminine, and Om being the singularity. So I get Om, Hreem, Shreem, Om, Hreem, Shreem. Perfect balance then. See? So I balanced my above and below with Om. I balanced my masculine and my feminine, which is my right side and my left side. And I'm now in alignment, so healing can occur. Balancing can occur. Temper can be controlled. I can observe myself and I can act better in the world. There's that 3. Om, Hreem, Shreem. There you go.
That's beautiful. That's exactly what I was hoping to get out of you. And I think that's a good way to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, Raja. I want to make sure that everyone has your web address, and that is rajachoudhury.com.
Yep.
And
the spelling is a bit weird, so you can. I hope you put it on screen.
Yes, I will put it on screen, and it'll be in the links below. Also, you have a Shift Network course coming up in December.
Yes, and you know, actually in November we're holding our first Kundalini Summit. So if you go to my website and look at the courses page, in a few weeks you'll be able to see a link to that. And in the December, I'm starting a course on karma and how to be karma free. So, you know, nice segue there. Didn't you like that?
That was beautiful. Well done.
Exactly. You know, smooth marketing operator here. And and if you do join one of my courses on the Shift Network, then you are welcome to join a group of us on Facebook and my own platform called 1,000 Suns Academy, where you can go advanced work with me. And but you'll need to have done one of the courses on the Shift Network to be eligible to join that. So I hope you will do one of them and try them. We have Awakening Your Kundalini, we have Opening Your Third Eye, we have Shiva Shakti, and now we're going to do one on karma and healing. So I hope you'll join me.
Right, right. And the courses are always so much fun. You learn so much, and we laugh a lot. So
exactly. And Lisa has been my hostess with the mostest for a long time. So she's, you know, I think she's done more than 80% or 90% of my classes have been with her. So
something like that, yeah.
We love you.
Well, I love you back. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Raja.
I hope that it didn't come across as too complicated. It's actually as simple as Shreem and Hreem, and all of life's problems will look after themselves.
All right. Beautiful. Well, thank you again.
Namaha. Oh, by the way, Namaha means, Namaha is a good way, because, you know, most people think Namaste and stuff like that. That's fine. Namaste means I bow to the soul, divine soul spark in you. Namaste. That's one everybody uses. But we use the word in Shaktiism and Tantra. We say Namaha, which means know me, I am you, I am everything. Ha. Remember ha? The explosion. Know me. No, nama. Know me, ha. Everything. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you. That's it for today. You can check out Raja's website at rajachoudhury.com. And be sure to check out Raja's upcoming offerings at the Shift Network. The links to both of those are below. And go ahead and leave your comments below too. Let's have a conversation. Until then, thanks for watching. See you next week.